Hi, Chad Owens here with Myers Network Solutions, and I'm here to give you another IT security tip. You probably heard before that you should have secure passwords, and I'm here now to give you a demonstration a little bit, to show you a couple of visuals as to why people tell you that. Now, if you do know that you have sort of a secure password, and you kind of heard before that you need upper and lowercase letters, and you need numbers, and you need special characters. And when I say special characters, I mean, anything when you hit shift and you press the numbers, exclamation point, dollar sign, hash mark, ampersand. All those are special characters, and you normally hear it has to be around 8 characters long, right? So that's what makes a secure password, and the reason for that is because of the technology that goes behind hacking your passwords. Hackers use these free tools to run against dictionaries and lists of words and lists of common passwords, and even brute force attacking, just trying every possible combination to hack your password. So this chart behind me shows, let's say that you had only 3 letters in your password, if that was even possible with current standards. And in of those 3 characters, you only use numbers. Well, the computer's going to hack that instantly. In fact, there's a broad range of computers here, of passwords here, that a computer's going to hack instantly. But let's say you actually complied with your company's standard and had 8 characters, and they had upper and lowercase letters and symbols and all that, and it's going to take about 57 days to hack that password. But you'll notice if you add one more character, it drops down to 12 years. And these numbers, of course, are fluctuating as we come out with faster processors and better tools for hackers. These numbers will fluctuate. These numbers, this slide here is from 2 years ago. You'll see as you add complexity to your password, the reason that we do that, the more characters we have, the more special symbols that we have, right? You add a lot of time to cracking your password. So imagine that you had one password, and that password had 8 characters in it and all the special numbers, and you're thinking, I'm pretty good. And you use that password for your email at work and your email at home and your social media and your Facebook, and you also use it for your banking accounts. Well, if I take 57 days and crack it, now I have your password to everything. So not only do you need to have secure passwords, you need to have different passwords for each of your sites. I've talked about that in a different video, so I won't belabor it here, but I highly recommend like a LastPass, KeyPass, Dashlane, something to manage your passwords. But we're moving on from that. And this is just to give you a visual of how complex your password is compared to how long it takes for a computer to hack it. And these numbers are always shrinking. They're always going down. But you'll see these ones, we're talking billions of years here and trillions of years. And so if you are around the 12 to 14 characters, I myself always do the maximum amount of characters on my passwords as much as possible and throw as much complexity into my password as possible so that I end up down here in the billions and trillions of years to hack it. Okay. So this is an interesting chart, and kind of tells you why your password should be secure, but you still have the problem of remembering it, which is where the password manager comes in. And also, let me show you this before I move on. So this right here is a list of the most popular passwords in 2018. And if you work in IT like I do, then you've seen these passwords dozens of times. And there's a couple others that should be on that list, but these are the top 5. Did I just hack your password? Is your password one of these? Maybe your password expired last month, and so you went from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you added a 7. And I'm telling you right now, those don't outwit anything. As far as the password list, those are going to go on the instantaneous corner, because the way that computers work is they go through a list of most popular passwords. So if your password is on that most popular list, then it's easily going to be hacked. So don't choose a password that's common or super easy to memorize. We have actually seen attacks and hacks come in with people who have their password as password because they think, oh, I'm going to remember it. So you want to avoid the super common ones as well, but you'll notice that none of these have any of those security features of upper, lowercase, and numbers and symbols and all of that. Okay, now here's where it gets interesting, because we're talking about needing to have complicated passwords, but also being able to remember them. So lately, there's been a lot of usage of passphrases instead of passwords. Now, what's the difference between a passphrase and a password? Well, a passphrase is something that's easy for you to remember, but it has a ton of characters in it. It's like a whole sentence or a thought or a verse from a song, something that's easy for you to remember, but it's hard for a computer to hack, and it satisfies all the requirements of a secure password. It has a lot of characters. You'll notice here in this passphrase, I love ice cream! Exclamation point. Jerry lives in Bug Tussle, Kentucky. I can see them all. I can see them, y'all. To be or not to be? That is the question. These are all passphrases. These are 4 passphrases here. Now, you'll see on the left that we have character passwords way over there. We see up a lowercase, we see numbers, we see special characters. Those are secure passwords. In fact, the one on the bottom is the most secure. But how are you going to remember the one on the bottom? Passphrase over here satisfies all those same requirements, but it makes it easier for you to remember. To be or not to be, comma. That is the question. See, we have numbers and we have special characters, and if you threw in an uppercase letter here, that would make it much more secure. And right now, because none of these match dictionary attacks or word list attacks, and they're really hard to crack with brute force, these are becoming very popular as far as a way to remember your password and yet keep it secure. I personally would highly recommend continuing to use a password manager, but these passphrases are a popular way to go, and a lot of people are saying they're as secure, if not more secure, than some of the more passwords that you might want to come up with, because often you're trying to come up with a password that can be slightly memorable. So the trick to securing your password isn't necessarily making it so complicated you can't remember it. You can make it complicated in a way that you can remember it. But overall, hands down, the most important thing you can do for your own security is secure passwords and different passwords for every site. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, as always, contact me at Myers Network Solutions. My name is Chad Owens, and thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.